Okay, so I want to show you guys what my Upland vest looks like right now and give you an idea of what my average 3-day pack is going to carry. I have it set up right here. So let me show you what I've got packed in the bag. The only thing I'm missing is gun dog supplies and shells for the shotgun. But we'll go ahead and give you an idea of what it is I'm packing in my 3-day setup. Okay, so this is my average 3-day pack with food and fuel. I do not have the water bottles in there. I don't have the shot shells or anything like that. But I'll go ahead and start with opening this right here. And we'll take the pack out. So that is the shotgun. There needs to be a strap across here to hold your shotgun into place. This little loop really doesn't do you any good at all. So if you get the fore end in there, that's tight. You don't have any room for that clip behind there. The only way you can carry your gun with that strap is if you do it on the outside, and you can't do it with the stays because, as you can see, there's too much distance between the pack and that loop because the stays are in the way. So let me get this gun out of here. Okay, that's not going anywhere. So I tried taking the straps and creating a bridge right here. I don't like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch on some webbing here that will create a meat shelf type thing like what you get on the Stone Glacier Crux frame. And then that will attach to up here. So it'll kind of hug the bag a little bit. And then I can do a strap across here and a strap across here, hopefully. So we'll get into what I have in the main pocket. So most of the gun dog supplies will be going in this bag, but I have my headlamp because that is something that I use on trail more often than not. And then I have the 1-gallon water bladder. Sometimes I don't even take this. It's 50-50. If I'm going to be up there 3 days, I like to have that water bladder just because it makes filtration easier. That's it. I don't have anything else in there. So we will move this out of the way. I really like the stays on that. I really like that. Those are nice and solid. Okay, let's come over here. This is generally the bag that I take. That's everything I need for 3 days. The only thing I don't have in here is, I think, a beanie. That's the only thing I don't have. And depending on the weather, that is an optional item. So let's go ahead and open this. First thing we're going to pull out of here is my tent. So this is a Z-Packs pocket tarp. Hexamid with doors. It's the Z-Packs logo there. 6 ounces for that thing right there. My cook system. So we'll go ahead and open this. I believe it's a Toaks titanium pot. So that is it a Toaks? It is Toaks. There it is. And we have the fuel can. The fuel can sits directly in there. Stove and a lighter. They all sit right there, and that lid fits directly on top. The next thing we have in here is food items. This isn't the actual food I'm going to take, but weight-wise, it's pretty representative. This is 1 pound of beans. That is about a day, maybe a day and a half worth right there. Then I have another 2 meals worth of beans right there. And another 2 meals right here. Let's be real, that's 1 meal. What is this? Chicken breasts with rib meat and mashed potatoes. And then So with our food, I generally supplement with a grouse. I'll have a grouse the first night, maybe the second night. My sleeping bag, this is a quilt from Hang Tight. I used the Hang Tight Heat Seeker, the 20-degree quilt with the Ground Dweller attachment. That gives me extra material. I think it's like 4 inches on each side. That way, when I'm sleeping on my side, it drapes over me better. This is my Rockarola puffy jacket. We have my not so light Climate right there. Climate insulated air mat. And my Tyvek ground cloth. Let's see what else we have in here. I think that's it. A trowel. And then we'll go ahead and open this pocket. There it is. Okay, in this pocket, this is my possibles pouch. So first aid kit and toilet paper. I've got 3 days worth of toilet paper in there. And there's my smart water, not smart bottle, but Sawyer. The Sawyer minis and the Sawyer squeeze screw directly onto a smart water bottle. That's our water filter, and then an extra inhaler. So that right there is 3 days worth of stuff. The only thing that we're lacking is that beanie and maybe an extra pair of socks. Generally what I'll do is I will wash my socks. I forgot there's one more thing. Open this up. That is all of our tent stakes. And I have a spoon in that upper pocket. I'm supposed to have a spoon in that upper pocket. I don't know where my spoon is. Maybe I don't have a spoon in there. I've got little pink titanium spoons. Yeah, so most of my gear is going to be a very bright color. Like I said, I have a pink titanium spoon, so if I set it down, it doesn't disappear. Bright orange bag, bright blue puffy coat, orange poo trowels. Stuff that you're going to set around camp, always have a bright color. Always. And I know it's ridiculous and it's annoying, but it's annoying because you can see it. And you don't have to worry about losing things if you're packing up camp. If you set something down, when you do that one last check, if there's a bright pink something on the ground, you know that you left your spoon. So it's just a good way of keeping an eye on your items. But like I said, that is 3 days, give or take, worth of all the gear that I'll need while I'm up there. I didn't have my raincoat in there. Generally, I will carry a, who is it? Frog Tog's rain jacket. I generally won't go backpacking if it's going to be inclement weather. I try to budget that forecast. We've done a couple of snowy trips. They're no fun at elevation. As soon as you get snow on the ground, even if it melts off, your air is going to be cold. So I try to stay out of the weather. But I hope that's helpful for you guys, and I hope you can get an idea of what we're trying to accomplish with that pack. Ultimately, I want to be able to carry all of my gear in, even if it's just in one big roll top bag and I can't carry a bird out. I don't know. I feel like I need to be able to carry a bird out, otherwise it defeats the purpose of carrying stuff in. So if I can find a way to elevate that bag and give myself, 6 to 10 inches at the bottom of the bird box where I can wedge 1 or 2 birds in underneath there, optimal. The only time I can think that I won't be taking a bird out is my Kings Peak trips or anything where I'm going after ptarmigan, because they're so far out there that I'm probably going to have it for dinner and then hike out the next day. But, it's just, that was my idea, was to be able to have a vest and a pack all in one so that I don't have to decide what to bring, the vest or the pack. I can be able to do both. I hope that was helpful. Hope you guys enjoy.